It is Tuesday, April 28th, 2020, and you are tuned into DIRTRACKR Daily. I'm Justin Fiedler. A few drivers on the invite list for Thursday's Tar Heel Invitational at Tri-County Raceway in North Carolina have been announced. This is the late model show that will be live on Dirt on Dirt. Some of the names that they've put out so far include Shane Clanton, Brandon Overton, Tyler Erb, Casey Roberts, Ashton Winger, Hudson O'Neill, Shannon Buckingham, and Kyle Hardy. There will be more announcements coming. Looks like the field is going to be right around 25 drivers. There'll be $4,000 right now on the line. I saw that maybe some people want to contribute to maybe push that $4,000 out to be a few more, to be a little bit bigger for that winner's portion. So maybe expect that number to jump up a little bit too. And as we kind of continue through the week and more drivers are announced, we'll certainly let you know about those. But no spectators or pit passes will be available. The only way you can watch is if you are a Dirt on Dirt subscriber. Action gets underway on Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Looking over to Saturday and the $10,000 to win Palmetto Invitational at Cherokee Speedway. A few different drivers have been announced for that race as well. There have so far accepting invitations so far include Jonathan Davenport, Daryl Lanigan, and Ross Bales. I've also seen on Twitter that Hudson O'Neill and Logan Robertson will be there. So this race is also closed to spectators, no pit passes, things like that as well, just like the other race. But fans can watch this one live on speed51.com. I haven't seen prices for this race yet. The way to watch on Dirt is only if you are a Dirt on Dirt monthly subscriber, which correct me if I'm wrong, but I think is like $11.99 a month or something like that, and that gets you basically everything on Dirt on Dirt. Whereas the Speed 51 show looks like it's actually going to be pay-per-view with a price, but I haven't seen that price yet. So once I see more details about some of this stuff, obviously I'll update you as we get a little bit closer to this weekend and to the Thursday show and to the Saturday show. So I missed this yesterday, but the remainder of the Schaefer's Oil Spring Nationals for late models has been canceled. The series had already scrapped races in March and April, but the cancellations now include May 8th to 9th at Crossville Speedway and Thunder Hill Raceway Park. I believe both those racetracks are in Tennessee, and May 22nd through the 24th at Tri-County, Dixie Speedway, and Rome Speedway. So all of the Spring Nationals canceled for this year. Hopefully we'll be able to get those going next year. Last night, the World of Outlaws late models took to Eldora Speedway for another iRacing Invitational. 48 cars took time in qualifying, with Caden Cornell going quick time over Corey Gordon and Trent Ivey. Heat races were won by Cornell, Gordon Ivey, Robbie Kendall, and Bobby Pierce. The three B mains were won by Ethan Tedder, Garrett Alberson, and Matthew Logan. As we've seen so often these late model shows, the features were really dominated by Corey Gordon, Caden Cornell, and Trent Ivey up front. All three have been good in the Outlaw shows, and they've all been up front in those Lucas Oil Esports shows as well. In this one, it was Cornell leading from the pole at the start. He was in control for the first 17 laps, and then it was Gordon's turn at the front. Gordon took the lead on lap 18, and it appeared he might be unbeatable till the end. A late caution bunched the field up with only a few laps left. On the ensuing restart, Gordon led, but coming to the white flag, it looked like he made a couple of mistakes, maybe got tight, and he made contact with the outside wall down the backstretch and Trent Ivey, and that allowed Ivey to get by for the lead. Gordon threw a big slider at him into three, coming to the checkered, but Ivey was able to easily hold him off out of four and take the win. Your top five was Trent Ivey, Corey Gordon, Caden Cornell, Bobby Pierce, and Logan Seavey. Anthony Perrigo was hard charger. He went from 23rd to 9th. Don't forget, both the sprint cars and the late models are back in action tonight live on CBS Sports Network. They will run a feature for both, just like the Fox Sports 1 shows. Action starts at 8 p.m. Eastern. They'll have Dave Reef, Johnny Gibson, and Kenny Wallace on the call. If you're looking for more information, you can find that at worldofoutlaws.com. They've got big banners up everywhere and have been talking about it here the last couple of days. So, again, if you're looking for something to watch tonight, you can check that out on CBS Sports Network. And then the iRacing Invitationals will be back again next week, I would imagine. The iRacing World of Outlaws Sprint Car World Championship round number 6 took place last night at the virtual Lernerville Speedway. Alex Bergeron entered the night as the points leader by 9 over James Edens. In qualifying, it was Bergeron taking quick time over Tyler Ducharme and David Heilemann. Heats were won by Bergeron, Ducharme, Heilemann, and Tyler Schell. The first B main was won by Cameron Merriman with Cole Cabrey transferring, and Nick Cooper won the second B main with Dylan Semmelman transferring. Bergeron and Ducharme were on the front row for the feature, and Bergeron jumped out to the lead on the start. Ducharme looked like he was probably a little bit faster. He was able to track Bergeron down, and he took the lead on lap 10. But there was heartbreak under the first caution for second place pointsman James Edens. He was running in the top 5 and had connection issues. He had to fall out of the race. He was credited with 19th. Again, he was only 9 points back entering the night in the points, so obviously that was not going to be the case exiting the night. Tyler Ducharme led until lap 18th, but he actually ended up over the cushion in turn 2 on lap 19. That gave the lead back to Bergeron. You know, there at Lernerville, it's so easy if you kind of just jump that cushion a little bit. You kind of go off the top of the track. You could pretty much do that all the way around. So a little treacherous there on the top of the cushion, and it certainly bit Ducharme there. Kendall Tucker, he rolled the bottom, was able to get up to second. He actually grabbed the top spot from Bergeron on lap 25. But he had contact with David Heilemann in turns 1 and 2, which caused him to almost spin out. That handed the lead back to Bergeron. From there, Bergeron was really able to hold off the field. He grabbed his second win of the season. Tyler Schell was second, Britton Roxbury was third, Austin Semmelman fourth, and Tyler Ducharme battled back to that fifth position after coming off the racetrack. This was Roxbury's first made feature of the season. He definitely took full advantage for that third place finish. Looking at the points, Alex Bergeron extended his lead from 9 to now 30 points. David Heilemann has moved to second in the standings with Braden Eiler in third, James Edens fourth, and Kendall Tucker in fifth. Next Monday night, the series heads to Kokomo Speedway for round 7 of 10 of this championship. You can again watch these live at 9 p.m. Eastern on Mondays. You can watch them on iRacing.com/live or Twitch.com/iRacing. There's a few Twitch streams too around these races. I've been kind of tuning into the Swindell Speed Lab one. The Swindell Speed Lab's got a bunch of drivers in this, and it's interesting to me to kind of watch these guys communicate through the course of the night. And you know, they're spotting for each other and helping each other with lines and setups and things like that. So, you know, I usually put, you know, the race broadcast on one monitor and you know, the Twitch stream on another monitor, just kind of an interesting way, almost kind of behind the scenes, to keep up with the action behind the scenes, you know, with these guys, which I think is kind of interesting, something you don't normally get, obviously, with you know, with standard racing, kind of that inside look at you know, the commentary and what's going back and forth between teammates on a night like this. So pretty interesting stuff if you want to check that out. It kind of gives you a little bit different perspective on the races. You can find the Swindell Speed Lab channel and a bunch of them over on Twitch at twitch.com. I haven't mentioned these in a few weeks, but I wanted to kind of get to a couple of podcast episodes, some newer ones that are out there, you know, kind of keep you company, you know, whether you're working right now or whether maybe you're stuck at home like a lot of us are. Wing Nation has had Chet Christner from Speed Shift, Tony Gualda, and the Sides Brothers in recent shows. Rip the Fence had Jason McCord last week. Me and Ross talked to Logan Schuhart for Open Red. And I was actually on the Top Shelf Racing podcast with Jay Elson last week. I was talking about kind of Dirt Tracker and the origins and you know, kind of, you know, what you can find there and things like that. The Dirt Nerds had Dustin Jarrett, and Michael Rigsby has Bill Fry, and then the Swab Talk podcast had Todd Turner. You can find links to all of those shows at DirtTracker.com/podcasts, and obviously those update in real time. So if you're ever looking for something, you can drop by there and check out what there is to watch, and you can click the links there, and actually will take you right to the shows if you want to participate in listening to those. But hope everybody has a good Tuesday. You know, it sounds like there's probably going to be more racing going on. I know I mentioned that yesterday. You know, now that we've kind of seen a few racetracks get going and have a little bit of success, I think you're going to see that spark even more racetracks to get going again. And I wouldn't be surprised if maybe some of the bigger series weren't able to kind of jump in and take advantage of this, you know, over the coming weeks as well. You're going to see, you know, opportunities there for some of these tracks to get going again in places where the, you know, some of the restrictions have lifted or softened up a little bit. And I know people are really kind of clamoring for, you know, for some racing to kind of get back to normal again. And, you know, as long as everybody is safe and as long as we don't have any issues, you know, I think you'll start to see that more and more. So as things start to open up, I'll continue to kind of keep you updated and you know, let you know where you can watch, how you can watch, if there are races you can go to, what the pay-per-view situations are. So we will keep you abreast on all of that. But hope everybody enjoys their Tuesday. You can find Dirt Tracker Daily on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or where you get podcasts. Please subscribe, leave me a review, and tell your friends. You can watch the show on YouTube and Facebook every single day as well. You can email the show at info@dirttracker.com, and you can follow along at facebook.com/dirttracker, twitter.com/dirttracker, the website itself, dirttracker.com, and you can follow me personally on Twitter at Justin_Fiedler. Don't forget, you can sign up for the Dirt Tracker weekly newsletter there as well. I did this yesterday with the Dirt Tracker Twitter account, tweeted out just a couple of stats about Donnie Schatz, and I'm gonna probably try to start doing that a little bit more. I think that's fun, and I think it's a cool way to kind of take a look at things and just kind of offer bite-sized tidbits of some different stats and things. So I've been kind of looking at some different numbers and some different stats here recently, and I would like to start sharing some of that stuff as well. And And I've had some kind of people reach out and ask me for some stat numbers as well, for some projects they're working on, which I think has been pretty neat also. And, that's kind of have been my hope with the analytics section of Dirt Trackers, that this kind of becomes a resource for everybody. So if you have questions or maybe looking for stats, certainly let me know. We can see what we can dig out of the races I've got in there. Once I kind of have an idea of what you're looking for, it probably won't take me long to really pull things out of there too. So, which is kind of the beauty of the setup there. So anyway, like I said, hope everybody has a good Tuesday. Thanks for tuning in. We will see everybody tomorrow on Dirt Tracker Daily.